Greetings, listeners, and welcome to another action-packed episode of Eberron Adventures, brought to you by the Wednesday Night Crew. Join us as we take a journey and go on adventures with our favorite students from Windshire University. Lucar, a halfling sorcerer with wild magic that comes from his patron. Sibling? Patron? Well, anyway, her name's Astrid. Skogar, a half-orc bounty hunter with a passion for map-making and painting. But not painting portraits, more like fences and walls. But maybe he has a secret or two of his own. Azuri, a Kalashtar cleric hiding from the dreaming dark. Kashan, a changeling that is a roguish paladin with his own agenda. Lissa, a human wizard who is into mage breeding and has a familiar named Bigwing. And last but not least is Velma, a half-elf rogue who has an investigative streak and a dark magic dagger. So join us as we listen to these adventurers as they work through their studies and their extracurricular activities to, dare I say, become heroes? Let's pick up where we left off.
Well, good evening. Welcome to another action-packed, exciting adventure session within Eberron Adventures, brought to you by the very rugged and rough Wednesday Night Crew. Getting stuff brought up on the screen to get ready. Just one more thing to pull up and we'll be good to go. So when we last left you guys, you were in a very unique position in the prison area of the castle that you had gone into. You managed to make it through the first level, which seemed to have a time loop. Not sure if that's continued on into other levels of this castle basement, but definitely was on the first level. And you're now in a prison area. You have freed many prisoners. One was killed by another prisoner in front of many of you, rather suddenly and for no real apparent reason. But Thorn, the Minotaur guy, seemed to justify his logic for that. And you also, so you have Thorn with you, and then you have the crab claw, the crab claw lady that kind of talks like this. And she is her name is Vexia, but you don't actually know that yet, but I just think it's a cool name, so I thought I'd share it with you anyway. And then the fun fact for this evening, how we're going to start out, is that Kashan is currently disguised as Grumlock. He has talked to the captain and has convinced the captain, at least thus far, that he is indeed Grumlock. And the captain is convinced that he should go meet Tuddy Rexpin, who is probably the greatest mage breeder that he's ever seen. And I think just for the sake of funsies, well, Lissa, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception is 11.
Okay, so roll me a perception check then, if you would.
All right. That is also an 11. 10 plus 1.
Okay. So you swear you hear something about best, like you swear you hear best mage breeder, but you can't make out who.
Oh, they must be talking about me.
Perfect. That is an excellent reaction. So yeah, I think we need to jump right into it. First, I'd like to understand, since the one who has been basically leading this crew for this adventure, which has been Kashan, has kind of gone off doing his own thing to try to investigate further. What are the rest of you doing? Because right now it is Lucar, Skogar, Lissa, Azuri, and Velma with Thorn and the crab claw lady.
But have they seen us? I thought, are we in the hallway?
No, because you're like here in the hallway, like kind of hiding to the back. Because I believe Kashan was like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and I got a plan. Like I'm gonna see what I can make happen. And he kind of like went off to do his own thing. But I don't know that he expressly said like, oh, you guys stay here. I'm gonna go here. Like I think he was just like, this is what I'm gonna do, guys.
Although with these knuckleheads, I probably should have. Am I right?
I guess
Maybe.
he didn't arrange the signal for when he got in trouble. So I am going to use my perception to hear if, we're not that far away. If he were in trouble, we'd hear it.
Can we hear which way, like, he walked off? Because
You saw which way he walked off because you're at the end of the hallway, right? You're just hiding out of view.
Oh, we're all, we're a
so you
stack
saw
of heads looking around.
Yeah, right, exactly. like literally like a Scooby-Doo type cartoon or something. All the heads come from around the corner, trying to look sneaky and take a look. So yeah, I mean, I'll give before because I think there's going to be a bunch of exposition for Kashan here for a little bit. So, for the sake of not wanting to make it just the Kashan show for the first like 45 minutes, let's give an opportunity for because it's a weird party split, right? For now, so like let's give an opportunity for you guys to like talk about some things you might want to try to do, or maybe you're going in a different direction. Whatever the case may be, I don't want to feed ideas.
Is it just Kashan and the captain who walked off, or
they have not walked off yet? So we're picking up literally at the point where the captain has said like, "Oh, I'm going to take you to go meet Tutty."
Okay. Well, unless we want to spoil it for him, there's not much we should do at this moment. So I'm content to wait for it.
Okay. So let me go round table. Anybody else? Lucar?
Yes. I am not used to hanging around prisons or jails or potential criminals.
You spent like a good decade in one, didn't you?
Yeah, but I didn't like it. And the only prisoner I saw was myself, and I liked myself. Just other prisoners scare me. So I am doing my best to hide behind Skogar as much as possible. So
That's fair.
Skogar in the wall, or just sort of like naturally blending in and trying not to draw any attention to myself while still eating as appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's perfect. Skogar?
Yeah, so I guess it just doesn't want to be seen if they once they walk by. So Skogar would, I guess, duck back. We know that this hallway goes back the other way and loops back around, so that we know that we're kind of.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, because you guys, you're in this middle hallway right here, because you walked a loop, right? And all you know is that he went over here. You don't know necessarily where they're going to walk.
Yeah. So
you know what I mean?
He's just gonna slink in.
I mean, make assumptions. Whatever. You know what I mean. Whatever you want to approach, you want to take.
So if he hears footsteps that start walking this way, he'll slink backwards and kind of duck into one of the cells, and then just try to discern. You know what? This is actually a good use of this skill. So his Thrask dragon mark of finding kind of glows, and you see some scars glow like a blue on his thing, and he tries to discern path, and just try to track where Kashan goes. He spends a lot of time with Kashan. He knows his gait when he hears it.
Okay. So are we treating that like it's like you'll be able to tell if he's coming this way without actually seeing him?
No, more like if I see him walk by, or just the skill is so weirdly open ended. There's not really too much of a description, but
we can define it as we go.
Yeah.
If he try to go too crazy with it, we can clamp
you
it
can
down.
rein me in.
But I'm sure you'll.
He's 297 paces the other way around that tree.
Yeah, that'll be a little much. Okay, so then,
I think that's great.
How I kind of envision it is like, so Skogar is backing up, right, to like hide back, and then meanwhile you have Lucar, who's like actually probably like arms wrapped around one of Skogar's tree trunk legs, like and kind of just like hanging on, like to stay like from not trying to get tripped up, but stay directly behind him. And then
Alyssa
what's Lissa doing?
she's talking to Azuri in low whispers, and she's trying to be like, okay, say we did die and the time loop started over. We're gonna fight that gold guy again, right? I think we can totally take him. And she's trying to strategize with Azuri of like, how could they do this without, dying again? Because that would suck.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a couple of ideas. It's not my first idea to like go back and see that thing that sort of.
Yeah, you felt safe on that first floor, right?
I felt much safer up there than I do down. I gotta go with that. Yeah, but it was more like talking to the tree is where I felt the safest. Not with the gold thing. So.
Yeah. Yeah, but aren't you just dying to know what was in those chests?
I mean, I thought we did enough dying already. That's not necessarily something that I'm real keen on doing more of.
Yeah, exactly. But that's why we need a strategy.
I do want to go up and see what's up there, though. It could be what we need, and then we could leave and forget about all these people and just go home, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Technically, you're going down. The levels go down, not up. Just throwing that out there. So you guys are going back and forth, and you're trying to like, but how quiet is Azuri being?
Well, yeah. Alyssa's trying to keep it down.
Gotcha. So I would assume then you would rein in Azuri's
exactly.
pontification to a reasonable level. What's Velma doing? If Velma is there, because I'm unsure. I can't tell behind Castle Grayskull. I think maybe Velma's not there. Oh, Velma! Here comes Velma. So wait for it, and there are the headphones. Okay, what's Velma doing? And you're. I'm not hearing you. Put your mic down. There you go.
Nervous. Was AFK. I need to be caught up on the situation.
No. And we're just going round table and everybody that's except Kashan on what they're doing at the end of the hallway. So, quick recap: Skogar is like kind of doing a discern location using one of his skills that come along with his character archetype. Lukar is very, very tightly clinging to the back side of Skogar to hide. Lissa is trying to come up with ideas of how to go back and fight the coin monster guy. And Azuri is sort of agreeing just because that floor seems safer than the floor you guys are on now. And now we're up to exactly what is Velma doing.
I'm going to have to disagree about which level is safer. You may recall dying at one point, and it's a habit that I wish to break. I will instead focus my attention on the guards when Again, I'd like to know if they're just going to sit around, continue playing rummy, or if they're going to follow their captain. If they are going to stay there, we might be able to take them in their lesser numbers.
So, you have.
So how many guards are there? There's a captain. There's
all you
Sean.
See. So yeah,
sticking my head around the.
So Grumlock is the OG Grumlock is of course dead. So you see Kashan is Grumlock, the guard, talking to the captain, and then there's one other guard at the table. That's what you see.
Single other. So when my plan is, which I will convey to the others and see if they agree, is to see if he remains and the captain and Kashan go, we might be able to overpower him.
Okay.
Which I think is going to be safer than taking on a mini boss.
But not as exciting.
But there was
but
there
I,
any
I do see your points.
Beyond the excitement, was there any payout for it? No.
We don't know.
So as you express this to the group, is anybody going to respond to Velma's idea?
I mean, Lissa agrees. Seems like a logical course of action, Velma. Maybe more logical than going up and finding that treasure.
Okay. Any other comments from anyone?
I mean, as long as we don't die again, I'm fine with about anything. So as long as we have a plan, a plan's good, and that plan can't just be go home. It's still an option. I want to make sure that that's on the table too if we're discussing.
I think Dean Branchbreaker would be very disappointed in us if we don't do his bidding. Do this dirty work.
I mean, but he still keeps us safe at school. He'd still have to do that, even if he didn't like us. It's kind of his job. So,
I love the rationale going on. It's fantastic. All right, so let's slide over to Kashan. So the captain says to you, all right, Grummy, let's head down.
All right, this will take what, like 10 minutes, right? Because like the guards, the prisoners should be checked on in 10 minutes. So if 10 minutes passes, they should get checked on, right? Just saying.
I mean, that's not our normal rounds timing. What's your concern?
I have a passive insight of 16. Do I pick up on this definite signal?
Yeah, you for sure do. Absolutely. Yeah.
No,
that's not our normal. That's not our normal round time.
No, you're absolutely right. Those prisoners aren't going anywhere. But I was just thinking about them. I don't know why 10 minutes came into my mind, but I'm sure after 10 minutes, nothing will change, and the prisoners will know what they do, which is stay in their prisons and not, anything else.
Grum, you feeling okay?
Yeah, let's go make Teddy Ruxpin here. Teddy Ruxpin.
You seem a little on edge.
I gotta tell you, meeting the boss. I got my heart's beating. Forgive me.
He's like, oh, I thought you were going to tell me more about problems at home with the wife. You just got a case of the nerves. Come on, let's
that's all it is.
Let's take care of that. Come on. So he and then he points over at the guard that's at the table and says Sergeant, after you finish your food, do a quick rounds, and then yeah, we should be back up shortly after that, huh?
Yeah, and maybe start with the South End prisoners. They are the ones acting up.
And the sergeant, she says, sounds good there, Grumlock. I've really been impressed with you lately. I have to say.
Well, you could say I'm a different man than I was before.
Well, I mean, you weren't half bad before, so this is just that much better. And so she just goes back to eating, and he walks you through this wooden door, and then walks you through a wooden door to the left, takes you down some stairs. And then...
So we take this door to the left and down the stairs, huh?
Let's see here. Oh, yeah, the sergeant's just like, yep. Yeah, that's what you do. But you won't go down here on your own though. That's not how this.
Oh no,
That's not how our organization runs. This is a meet and greet, and then we're back up.
no, absolutely. I
Back
stay
up
up
to do
there.
our jobs.
I know what to do.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm nervous. Sorry. I talk a lot
It's
when I'm
fine.
nervous.
It's fine. Well, let's head down.
And loudly too.
Wow, that's very obvious. That's for sure. So he takes you down, and you find yourself in this hallway right here, which is it's approximately. Go to my handy dandy notes. Okay. You're in a cave type hallway. It's about 10 to 12 feet wide. The stone walls are dank, damp, and smell mildly of mold. There's a faint golden glow that appears in the middle of the hallway, which takes you right in front of a doorway. And he starts to walk you down this hall, and you can just smell like it just reeks of like mold and mildew, and like it's just not very appealing, right? And so he takes you down the hallway. And you see these two like brazier torches here on the floor, and then you see these two giant skulls looking like out of that, what is that old Nickelodeon show, The Legend of the Hidden Temple or whatever, like the big statue mouths, right? So it's like these floor to ceiling skulls on the walls on the side with glowing green like jewel orb eyes right in their sockets.
Those real giant skulls, pretty good, pretty cool.
And the guard, the captain, as you approach, he kind of puts his arm out to hold you back, and then he says something. He makes some noises in a language that what languages can Kishan speak?
Why, that's a question I haven't been asking a long time. Let me look up to see what I got on my character sheet here.
Please.
I'm sure whatever language it is, I'm sure I speak.
I don't know.
No, probably not. Where I can't even find it under I speak Common, Draconic, Elvish, and Thieves' Cant.
Son of a bitch.
Draconic, isn't it?
Son of a bitch. So he goes. So he holds his arm. Son of a bitch. He holds his arm back, like to hold you back, and he goes. And in draconic, he says, cold steel. And then the door opens.
I do not let on that I know what he said, but
I would. Good call. And the captain says, we got to keep out the unsavory ones,
Huh? What?
Says he says there's a lot of safeguards down here, but our as long as you have me with you, I can make sure you can get through unscathed with no issues. So he takes you around this way. Because as you come out from the doorway, you see that there's the path continues to go straight ahead, but you can also take a quick left. But he takes you straight ahead and to the left, and you go down a very similar pathway with mildewy, wet, damp stones, and the ground gets a little bit softer, but it's still solid. It just feels like a little bit more like some more loose dirt, and you come upon this crazy portal, and it's a green portal glowing, and on the other side of the portal you see a wooden door.
Huh.
And you notice that as the captain, and you like everywhere there's skulls everywhere. There's a definite theme going on here of skulls. Like it's a thing.
Can I do something while we're walking?
You can try, yeah.
I would love to sleight of hand my smart stone like a high schooler with their smartphone in class in my pocket to be like, to say cold steel and draconic by giant skulls downstairs.
Okay.
So I will roll a sleight of hand for you.
So is that a note you take, or is that
like a
message
text
you
that I'm
send?
sending? Yeah, like a text.
Okay.
I'm sending to the gang, to the group chat.
Okay. So in common, you say cold steel and draconic.
Yes.
By the door.
By the giant skulls.
Okay.
Downstairs. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And my sleight of hand would then be a 13.
Okay.
As I fiddle around in my pocket.
I mean, it's your first time really trying this because, like, you're not really. It's not a device you're really known for using very often.
No,
but you
I just
managed.
thought of it right now.
You managed to pull it off. And you send your message.
And I hope that they don't have theirs on like super loud. Like,
well, See, that's what we're gonna. That's how. So there's. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, perfect. So,
this is a luck roll.
Could each of you roll percentile for me, please? We're going to treat this like a letter grade. So tell me what your percentile is.
As always, Lissa gets an A, 92.
Nice. Your smart stone is on vibrate. Azuri's is not. What's your roll, Azuri?
Azuri rolled an 11.
Oh, no.
Damn.
I feel much better about my 25 then.
Okay. And Belma.
I actually got 100.
No way.
Wow.
2 10s
Nice.
on the 10 dies.
Mhm.
Okay. So because you got 100, you can pick Azuri or Lukar to save, to like keep their sound from going off. Who are you picking?
I owe Azuri.
Okay. So
I'm still trying to get back in his graces.
So as Azuri's smart stone is about to go off with like the this 8-bit like jazz music or whatever, like you grab the smart stone and just like make some hand motions on it and get it to shut, like to quiet right away.
Oh, that's going to require an insight check because I don't have one of these fancy new ones.
I mean, okay, if you want to self-sabotage, that's cool.
I'm just saying.
Oh, I forgot because you're sitting there in darkness, Skokar. What's your percentile roll? I didn't even ask you. I'm sorry.
I thought Skogar threw his smartphone away, but I got a 15.
I don't remember. You got a 15? I don't remember if you did.
I think he did.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, he didn't want a tracking device on him.
He was aware of tracking.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, then you don't have one, so never mind. Good call. All right, so Azuri, yours is silence. Lukar, what's your smart stone noise for an alert, for a message alert?
Feed me.
Well, yeah, I'm guessing I didn't change whatever the default is.
Right. Like because you just got a new one, didn't you? I think a little while ago or something. Because you lost all your stuff, right?
When I got my stuff back, yeah. So whatever the default was.
Yeah. Okay. It's like that's the hold music. Never mind. So your default notification noise goes off, and could I get a perception check from Velma?
Sure thing. Hang on.
The sending of a message was a great segue, by the way. Well done. Like way to shift us. Hello, cat. Way to shift us back to the other group.
I wanted to include everybody.
That's well done.
Now here's the thing. I have a passive perception of 19, but whenever I roll active, this time I rolled a 3.
We'll take your passive. That's fine. So you
it's
hear
12.
You hear the. That was really funny that the two of you just looked at each other. That's hilarious. Like about to have a conversation with your cat. That's pretty funny. So you hear the guard sitting at the table get up shortly after Lukar's notification noise goes off.
I'm going to hand signal that he's coming. I don't know if he's coming because I'm not looking, but I heard him get up and I'm just frantically gesturing that he's coming here, walking.
Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing? As Velma's trying to shoo you away from the end of the hallway.
Or we could jump him.
Yeah, one of these cells is open from us opening it, right? It's empty. Like,
yeah,
I'll just duck into one of those.
Let's say it's this. Let's say it's this one right here, in the middle of these other two. Yeah, so you're in that guy. Okay. What are the rest of you doing? Lissa, Zuri, Skogar.
Yeah, Zuri's following Velma. She has his phone right now. Smart stuff.
Okay.
Skogar kind of ducks in as well.
with Lukar? Or in the
whichever
in the hallway.
Whichever cell has the rug laying on the floor, and Skogar kind of crunches down and grabs a corner of the rug. Because if I'm not mistaken, this is exactly where we left it.
No, I think it was I think the rug got left in the hallway, like a little.
Oh, okay. Back. I thought we were. Never mind.
Because it was covering a body.
Yeah, we wrapped up a Grumlock, I believe. Definitely don't want Grumlock being found.
For some reason, I thought that was right here. But yeah, he'll slink into that cell or another cell if it's open.
Well, wait, though. First it was that, and then the rug was a mimic.
Yeah, but it's a dead mimic now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah. Lissa's going into.
Does a dead mimic stay as a rug, or does it turn into a mimic?
Huh.
We'll say for this case, it stays a rug. I don't want to traumatize Skogar.
Thank goodness.
He's still in love, with the other one.
I don't know if I want to traumatize other people.
Right? Yeah, like
Skogar would do.
God forbid that any more traumatizing.
So Lissa, you're going into the cell, or are you just following?
Yeah, the cell with Lukar.
Okay, it's gonna get chummy in there.
Yeah.
Zuri and Velma, you're heading towards that cell? Is that
no.
Huh?
I don't want to get caught in this. When he discovers us all and locks us in, that's not what I want. Although I do think I still have a ring of keys.
Okay.
What I want to do is, give Zuri back his phone so he's no longer beholden. And I will wait at the end of the hallway to the very moment that he's about to turn the corner, then walk out and bump into him, and he'll be startled. I didn't expect anybody to be walking around down here, and then I'll start my spiel and maybe have to kill him if I have to.
Okay, so it's probably a good thing.
One guy.
It's probably a good thing then that she actually gets up, pauses for a second, and then takes her bowl and goes through the door over here. So you glance, like you kind of peek your head around and glance. You see her go through this door over here, with her bowl, and the door is left ajar as she walks in through here.
Is it a door or is it a jar?
And as that happens, as the door goes ajar, then you all see your message from Kashan that says, "Cold Steel and Draconic by Giant Skulls."
Downstairs, yes.
Downstairs.
Yep.
By Giant Skulls downstairs.
Yep.
And that's the message all of you guys see. As Velma, you've seen the guard leave the immediate area, and we're going to go back to Kashan.
As I wonder if any of them speak Draconic, because it's never come up before.
Right. So, Lukar, did you hear that? Everybody saw the message. The guard that was eating went into the same door that Kashan and the captain went into, but the door was left ajar as she walked through with her empty bowl. That's what Velma saw. So you're walking past here, Kashan, with the captain. The captain's like, "Come on, we're almost there."
Yeah, that thing's pretty nifty back there.
Oh, sure is. It's an easy way for Tuddy to get around.
Oh.
He fancies himself a bit of a gambler. He played cards with us once. He's really actually not that good, but don't tell him I said that.
Yeah, there's that cool casino. What's that town called with the casino?
Oh, wait, are you talking about Barcino?
Yeah, Barcino. Yeah, I heard of that place.
That's one of his main haunts. That might even be the door to the Barcino over there for all I know.
Huh, no kidding.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty convenient. But it's the front door though to the Barcino, not the back door.
He always want to go through the front.
He always tells me stories that a lot of dumb people go through the back door all the time and screw it up.
So dumb.
and he takes you to the entrance to another entrance to a place. This one you see there's like these like actual like statues, like soldier statues, right? Like skull heads, skulls everywhere, man. Skulls. And on either side there is a statue. And then he comes up to the double doors and says and then says the same. Well, he looks at you, Kashan, and says, "All right, Grum, skip the first step and keep and head up the stairs with me.
Okay.
Don't step on the first step. Got it?
Don't step on the first step. Got it."
And so he steps onto the second step, and then as he does so, the gate, like the reinforced thick wooden doors open, and you enter into this like a foyer, like an entryway.
I'm gonna do the same sleight of hand trick.
Okay.
Don't step on the first step. And that's an 11.
Okay.
I'm not very good at this.
So I want you to tell me. So what you wanted to send was don't step on the first step. Okay.
Okay.
But you're going to tell me what it auto corrected to. So it has to not make sense.
Okay, hold on. Give me a moment here.
Yeah, no problem.
We'll say like, don't slap the shit.
Nice. So all of you
don't slap the fire shit.
All of you get another notification from Kashan in the group chat that says, "Don't slap the fire shit." And so very, shocker, but very large skulls adorn the entryway as you walk in, Kashan. The floors are golden polished stone with demonic looking glyphs that repeat in a pattern on the center row of floor tiles. And then as you enter in, you see one of the skulls in the wall says, "Well, hey there, how can I help?" Oh, sorry, Captain. Didn't see you there. And the skull stops talking. And Captain just goes, weird freaking skull things. I don't understand this place. Come on, let's keep going. Come on, let's go, Grum.
Yep.
So we're gonna kind of stop you here at the end of the foyer as you enter into the main first like waiting area almost, right? And yet an even cooler skull that is a purplish blue, glowing purple flame coming out of the top, almost like an altar. And then you see on the edge of the altar, like, because it's got a pretty flat, it's a round top right on top that sits on top of this giant skull, and you can see that there's etching on the sides, right? But it's actually signage, and on one part of the edge, an arrow points to the left, and it says Human Resources and Tuddy's office. And then on the other side, it says Lab and Supplies. And these are separate, like it's like one word is on each is on top of the arrow, and then one word is on the bottom. So it's like you're putting together that, like, okay, well, there must be two separate areas that are these things. So we're going to cut off there, and we're going to go back to the group. And so you've gotten this message now, and maybe you should kind of talk about, or tell me, or tell yourself, each other, or whatever, what you want to do with what's going on, with the messages you got, and the fact that the guard went through the door and left it partly open.
Do we think it's been 10 minutes yet? Do we go after him?
Well, at the very least, you can stop cowering because the guard left.
Okay.
Part 2. Does anybody know draconic?
Does anybody have cold steel? Because I don't. I have a staff and a dagger, but my dagger's not cold. I assume we have to like stab a dragon, right? Put the cold steel in the draconic.
If you read a text that said cold steel in English, what would you suspect?
And we have to take a sword and put it in the dragon.
Right. I take it nobody knows draconic. So that's it. First message is just beyond us. Second message, though, about the fire shit.
Well, that one's clear.
I mean, when I was a kid, sometimes like we poop in a paper bag and then set it on fire outside of people's front doors and they go stomp on it. It was pretty funny.
I was thinking more of like chili peppers, which I have to avoid for the most part.
Yeah, you know what? My stomach's pretty used to them now. I can pretty much eat anything. You saw how I took care of those pies at the
Is that
Right.
one like a warning? Like there's some sort of flame trap there that we're not supposed to touch?
Or a taco bar that we're supposed to like investigate.
Are we supposed to slap the fire? Wasn't it? Slap the fire?
I thought it
Maybe
was
that's how you
don't
put the
slap
fire out.
fire.
You
Don't
know, you
slap-
like put it out by slapping it.
So are we going to follow as best we can? So it's about downstairs to the left.
I think so. It's probably been 10 minutes.
But we can get a head start because it may be 10 minutes to get there and we don't want to be late.
True.
Yeah, let's head down there.
Yep.
All right, so all of you are sort of gathering yourselves back together, right? And you are planning to make your way down further into the next level down, and you're heading towards that doorway. So we're going to stop. We're going to stop there. We're going to say that, so for the sake of understanding where you guys are, we're going to say that you are, come around the corner, you're walking over here, and you come like you're by the table at this point. That's right near that door. And we're going to pause you there. And we're going to go back to Kashan. And you and the captain are in this entry area here, the waiting area. And he says, all right, Grum, you ready? You get yourself together. You need a drink of water or something? You okay?
Oh, no, I'm good. No, we can do this.
Okay, let's go. And he takes you to the left, and takes you down a hallway. And as you come down, you see that there's an open, to the left of you, there's a doorway with an open area that has just a long rectangular table and a bunch of stools around it. Captain says, well, that's the break room for the lab folks and such. And then another door over here, and you see on the sign on the door reads HR. And the captain goes, we don't talk to HR. We try to avoid them if we can. They're not here for us. They're here for the company. You know, they're here to protect the company. That's their main purpose.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
And he takes you up to this rather solid door, and then he knocks on it. At which point, you hear a voice from inside say, "Come in." And he opens the door, and you walk into You walk into the room, and you see like these really crazy like green altars that have like shapes, like humanoid body shapes that are like etched in, engraved in, right? Like it looks like just bodies would lay in there. And you see a rather gaudy looking throne on one end of the room with a pretty large skull, of course, above the throne. And in that throne, you see Tuddy Rexman, the same guy that you saw playing cards at the Barcino when you went there with Skogar. And Tuddy says, "Oh, Captain, did you bring someone to play with? Who is this?" And Captain says, "You need to speak now."
Oh yeah, right. I'm the guard upstairs. Drumlock. Yeah. The captain here was saying what a great job I was doing. It was time to, step it up, meet the big boss. So yeah. I'm gotta say I'm proud to work here, proud to do a great job, and I'm very curious about the whole package, like the whole company thing. I get that there's experiments and there's prisoners and all that, but what else do we do? I want to dip my toe in a little bit of everything. Find out, I guess.
So this humanoid looking guy kind of he's in robes. He stands up. He's got like these almost priestly kind of robes on. It's like a weird cross between like robes and like a lab coat kind of vibe going on. And he steps down the stairs and comes over to you, and he just starts to feel your arms, your muscles and stuff, and he's just like kind of checking you out. And so he's like, "Oh, there's lots of things we could do with this. Have you ever thought about any improvements of any kind?"
Well, I mean, I go to the gym every now and then, if that's what you mean. Do some benches, see how much I can bench, but do some heavy lifting, if that's what you mean. Yeah.
I mean, no, I mean, sure, but I mean, I'm actually referring to our mage breeding practices. I think you would be a fine test subject. We do offer employee discounts too, if that's something that sounds interesting. Do you like discounts? Things for less money?
I mean, who doesn't? Am I right? You get some for less the price. I mean, that's always a good deal. Who wouldn't take a good deal?
I mean, would you like more muscles? Maybe some horns. Then you could gore the prisoners with them when they try to escape.
I mean, that does sound pretty cool.
It'd be rather efficient.
No, I agree, and maybe even like some big claws and such.
I mean, this process won't take very long.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I'm embarrassed to say this, but kind of like big decisions like that, I'd have to talk to the wife first. It'd be all kind of awkward. I came home with horns, like she doesn't want me coming home horny like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'd have to discuss that with her. So like any type of enhancements, I mean, I'm totally down. I just I think right now, I don't want to just like jump into it, I guess is what I'm saying. I just want to, other stuff I want to know more about, like elven artifacts, for example.
That's an odd transition, I think.
Yeah, I guess, like elves, they love life, and like there's all these skulls here. It's kind of like you think about the opposite thing when you see something. It's kind of how my brain works sometimes. So I saw all these skull artifacts. I'm like, those are definitely not elven artifacts. Am I right?
I mean, Well, some of them may have been at one time.
You mean they may have been elves, right? Skinned alive.
No, we're rather crafty down here. I mean, I have a I do like to play. I have a rather obscure taste, as you can see.
I mean, it's goth, right? I mean, goth.
It's kind of I like to just call it skull. It's kind of my thing, and yeah. So a lot of the like what do you mean by artifacts exactly?
Oh, stuff, I guess. Like, what do you think of artifact, right? What are artifacts, right? Like pieces of, like art or things that are in like skulls or museums and stuff that like we acquire for, like, do you ever like a museum or like a school and like you see something, you're like, I would totally want that, There's times when I'm like that. Not that I go to museums, the wife takes me, and she's like, "Ooh, that's pretty necklace." I'm like, "Yeah, some dwarven craftsman made it 1,000 years ago. What do you want me to do? I'm not gonna just bust into it, right?"
And then he says, "Oh, you must be talking about a lot of the stuff that we have on the towards the entrance to downstairs up top. We have a whole room of artifacts and coins and treasures and chests and things. It's rather large.
Huh.
Rather large.
Pretty cool.
I do have something protecting it, of course, because I can't just have anybody come take it. I mean, we took those things fair and square. Did we not? And Captain says, absolutely. We absolutely did, sir. Absolutely.
Oh, I mean, I get it. You got to. I mean, you're certainly a lot of security around here. I mean, I don't want to brag or anything, but you also hired me, so I know you're like security around here. So,
well, actually, I don't do the hiring, but I appreciate.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
I appreciate your self-confidence.
I mean, I just like you're the man in charge, right? Like you hire the people to hire the people, so like you make the right decisions that trickle down to the right decisions elsewhere. That's all I'm saying.
I appreciate that, Grumlick. That's very nice of you to say. It's Grumlick, right?
Yeah, whatever you want to call me, sir.
Oh, I appreciate your dedication to your role and your stature. And as he says that, we're going to cut back to the group really quick, who are hitting the doorway, right? So you guys are over here, and you've come up. Velma, you're kind of leading the way because you're the roguish of one of the bunch. You're leading the way, and you've got the door. You're at the door. What are you gonna do?
This is obviously the employee break room. Is there a refrigerator that Lucar can raid? Ask him for a friend, of course.
No, this is just all that's out here is a table and chairs.
Okay.
That's it. You don't know where the employee.
Listen at the door is standard operating procedure, as I learned in class. So, perception roll, active perception. Another 11. Every time I roll, it's awful.
You don't hear anything.
If it's clear, then I'm going in.
Okay.
I don't hear anything, so I'm going to.
You go in and you see two different ways you can go. One straight ahead, one to the right, but you also see a door to your left.
Is it down the stairs and to the left, or is it to the left and down
just
the
to
stairs?
the left, to the left and down the stairs.
I'm asking a party.
Yeah, does any? I mean, I would say you guys would recall whatever it was that Kashan said as Grumlock, which I'm sure was something along the lines of going through the door to the left, right? If I recall.
Okay. Then I will try the door to the left.
Okay. It is unlocked.
It is unlocked, and there
Sure is.
appear to be stairs behind it.
Yes.
So I think this is the way.
I would like to I'd like to retro one thing for a minute and go back to the 2 NPC prisoners that were kind of along for this ride. As you proceed to walk in the direction of the door, the crab claw lady just looks and she's like, no, I don't think so. And she just leaves. She just goes the other direction, and she's going to head out.
This isn't the way to the lab. You said you'd show us.
I didn't. No, I don't recall I said that.
Okay.
And she's like, I know what's down there. And she leaves, and the Minotaur is like, and Thorn goes, well, yes, I know what's down there too, and I most certainly want to go. And he's with you guys in the back.
I think you killed the wrong lady, Thorn. Then I go down the stairs.
Well, she left, so that's not a problem. You go down the stairs, everybody follows, I assume?
Yes.
All right. We're going to then put you guys. We're going to put you guys then. Skogar, I'm assuming you do as well. We're going to put you in this hallway, in this stone like entryway, right? So we're gonna kind of start this over a little bit again. And you're in a cave type hallway that is about 10 to 12 feet wide. Stone walls are dank, damp, and smell mildly of mold. There's a faint golden glow that appears in the middle of the hallway, which then takes you to a doorway. And the doorway has giant stone skulls carved into the side of each wall.
Well, since Kashan has sent texts, there's probably something down here that we should be looking for. Cold steel, I think he said. So I am going to start checking, doing perception checks for traps or portals or secret doors.
Okay. So you begin searching. Skogar, I'd like you to do a perception check for me, please.
All right. That is a 13.
Okay. You think maybe that those glowing green eyeballs that are in the skulls are a very close match to the gem that is embedded into your chest. Into your like upper pectoral area.
So, like I see gems in them, or they're just they're
giant,
glow?
like they're giant glowing green orbs that remind you of the gem that's in your chest.
My rock sense is tingling. By that I mean this giant effing rock in my chest.
Well, I seem to recall from Rogues 101 that when you see giant statues with gems for eyes, you're supposed to pry out the eyes, but they're always trapped. So in this case, I say we avoid prying the eyes out for now.
So you say that as you're looking around, right, to try to find something, and then a disembodied voice begins to speak to you, Velma. Actually speaks to all of you and says, I am the key to Tutty's scheme. A spark that ignites dreams. I turn metals into gold and bring life from the cold. What am I?
Say again,
Sounds
please?
like
I will read it out of game.
Thank you.
Because he's but only once more. I am the key to Tutty's schemes, a spark that ignites dreams. I turn metals into gold and bring life from the cold. What am I?
This must be the part where we're supposed to say the cold steel, but in draconic. But I don't know draconic. Do I have a signal on my smart stone down here?
Um,
Is there
you do.
a draconic translate?
I don't think you had a chance to get that app before you went on this trip.
Dang. Next time.
The disembodied voice says again, "What am I? You have 10 seconds to comply."
It's just like a talking voice on the wall, right?
Cold steel. I shouted in common.
Cold steel and draconic.
There we go.
Can all of you roll a dex save for me, please? The DC is 17.
Ooh.
17.
15.
Okay.
7.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
So close.
Well,
All right, guys. Give me a second.
I'm going to use my Tides of Chaos to gain advantage on a saving roll. If I do this, you can
Okay.
have me roll on the Wild Magic Surge too.
Sounds great. I love that.
It didn't matter. I failed.
Okay. But you still roll on the wild magic, though, don't you?
Yeah, I'm
You're
at,
like, yeah, good.
I'm at 5 for that. Oh, nice. I rolled a 1. So,
So you're
Wild
good.
Magic in effect.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, great.
97.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
it's gonna be.
As I try to dodge out of whatever's going to happen and fail, there's faint ethereal music surrounding myself.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
You get a
You are
weird
surrounded
angel
by
soundtrack?
faint ethereal music.
Okay,
for the next
that's cool.
minute.
That's cool. Okay. So, so that happens. And as the voices start going, like the eyes and the skulls like glow really, really bright green and shoot out this green electrical energy at all of you. And for any failed saves, it's 43 points of damage.
4,
And for
3.
any
43.
and any passing is a
Oh.
21.
Man, I should have learned draconic.
This is a good idea, you guys.
Yeah, so Azuri's down.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
is Alyssa.
So is Skogar. You
He's
missed killing Skogar by outright by like 2 hit points because he
My
was
goodness.
at 5.
Don't worry, we're on a time loop probably.
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 There's a lot hanging on that word, probably.
So all of you failed except for Velma.
Correct.
I mean,
Yeah,
I have
so
46 hit points. I gotta imagine I have the most, right?
Skogar does have inspiration from last week.
Yeah, Skogar, do you want to use your inspiration to try again to pass this save? Or would you still be down anyway?
Half damage?
Half damage is 20.
Oh yeah, he doesn't. It doesn't matter how this rolls out. He's obliterated.
Okay, so Velma, you see after this happens, you take a pretty significant blast of energy. Was not expecting this to happen on the first part. Man, it's a lot of surprises tonight. Kashan speaking draconic and nobody else speaking it.
Who is up?
Only Velma.
Just me.
All right, so yeah. So everybody's down. Only
I'm
Velma's up.
thinking of maybe going back to that gold monster.
That's a safer option.
And the door opens after that.
Oh, well, that's something.
We're gonna go back to Kashan. So Kashan, we go back to you as Grumlock.
You feel
And
that? It's like 5 voices just screamed
And-
out, and we're
well,
suddenly silenced.
So
Yeah.
the captain says, or first Teddy says, "Oh, I do believe that we got some visitors. I don't know if they're welcome though. Doesn't seem like they are. Seems like they couldn't get through the greeting at the door." And the captain says, you want us to look into that, sir?" No, I'm rather enjoying my conversation here with Grumity. Seems like a rather fun gentleman. Let's continue our talk. So Grumlock, how long have you worked here exactly?
You know what? Not long enough. I kind of want to retire here.
Oh, you're in it for the long haul.
I mean, definitely. I guess so you could say I'm planning on doing this job until I die.
I mean, there's that was good. There's well, I mean, we have some nice benefit savings programs and things like that you can sign up for as a long-term employee. I mean, the captain's been here for a great many years, haven't you, Captain? Yep, sure have. Mm-hmm. It's a great job. Decent.
I mean, that's great, man.
Decent wage.
You appreciate the employees, and that's important.
I definitely do. And you know what I appreciate even more? New test subjects.
Yeah.
Some of the great ones that I have up in the cells upstairs.
I mean, I've seen some of the stuff you've done up there. It's like art, Like, I know it's like science and stuff, but
I mean,
it's like art too,
Thank you very much. There's this. So my mage breeding is a bit more unconventional than the standard. There's a lot of the I like to call them the holy rollers, if you will, of the mage breeding set, where they abide by a certain very set style of mage breeding and rules and things like that, and it's great. I mean, they can do things like they give birds magical powers. I mean, great. So a bird can cast some spells, whatever. But I mean, can that bird have human arms that can come out of it and choke slam a person? No, it sure can't. But mine can.
I mean, choke slamming's always cool, right?
It sends the right message.
I mean, I get it. I get, there's rules and regulations, protocols, but when you're a genius, you don't have to follow the rules, right?
I mean,
you make your own rules, I guess is what I'm saying.
Within reason, yes, I do.
I'm just saying, why be held back by the mores of society, I guess is what I feel like you're doing. You're doing your thing because in your heart that is the cool thing to do.
He gets a sly smile, sort of grimace on his face, nods his head slowly up and down, looks at the captain and says, Captain, how have you been hiding this one from me? And the captain's like, well, sir, I haven't been hiding him from you. He's rather new. We usually don't have new folks meet you, but he's been doing phenomenal work and felt this was a great reward for him to show that we appreciate his work, and he gets to meet the person signing his checks, so to speak, right? Yes, Captain, that's great. But I don't appreciate you hiding him from me. I don't know that I want to play with you anymore. And he pulls this thing out of his pocket, Kashan, and he looks at you and says, Grumlock, how would you like a promotion? and then he takes this thing that's out of his pocket and he cracks it. It's like this weird like obsidian looking shape, like cylindrical, and he cracks it, like turns it, and then when you hear the crack and it turns, you see the captain freezes, and he's like can barely move his mouth. He's like, I'm sorry, I meant no disrespect. I meant no disrespect. And like he just starts choking, and you see all this black ochre just start to shoot like out of any open available holes, if you will, from his like nostrils and mouth and ears and stuff. And he starts to convulse and then drops to the floor, lifeless.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah.
And he says, and then he says to you, he looks at you and says, so Grum, if you could, please return back to the floor upstairs and let them know that the captain has we'll say decided to retire, and you will we're just gonna cut to the quick here, and we're gonna bump you up. I feel like yeah, sergeant is appropriate. So we're gonna bump you up to sergeant, and then you can tell Thalia that she's the new captain, if you would please.
So
if
got
you
it. Yeah,
could go take care of that. That'd be great.
Absolutely, sir. Yeah, I'll go tell Thalia that she's captain. I'm sergeant now. I'm gonna head upstairs. I'm gonna go home, talk to my wife about those enhancements, and I'll definitely get back to you soon, very soon. All right.
And,
but yeah, I'll go do all those things.
And he says, very good, because I'm really enjoying playing with you, and I would like to continue enjoying playing with you, if you understand what I mean. You do understand, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah. No, I get it. Yeah.
That's great. I'll take care of the mess in here. You go on about your tasks, please.
Yes, sir.
Please make sure it's done. Please make sure you take care of it before your shift ends. Which and he like holds up his arm, looks at his wrist where there's no watch, and he just kind of, which I believe is soon. Yes.
Absolutely. No, I got to get going. Bye.
Yeah.
Hey, good talking. Great meeting you, boss. And then I head out the door.
So he just gives you the cool guy nod and turns around, and then he just kind of like, you see him like, as you leave, you see him like nudge the captain's corpse with his foot and just kind of like just kind of sigh as he goes on and getting ready to start dealing with stuff. So yeah, what are you doing?
I step out the door and I immediately text, very dangerous, stay away, I'm coming back.
And Velma, you get a message on your flipstone that says very dangerous, coming back.
Okay, before I try a medicine check on Izuri, I'm going to text back. No kidding, huh? And then I'll do my medicine check, which turns out to be a 17.
It's got to be over a 10, right?
Yeah, so I think Izuri is stabilized. Then, since we're out of order, out of initiative, I'm going to proceed to do similar things. Next, I believe on who did I see doing healing magic?
Lissa has done.
Lissa, I'm sure I've seen that.
Mm-hmm.
So Lissa is 2. Then I think Lucar is the 3rd one I've ever seen do it. Medicine check, Lissa. Nope, sorry, you got a 5. Lucar, did my best. Natural 20.
I wake up. Whew. Hey, Velma, you got to find somebody with healing stuff because
you don't have it.
So I feel like
so what does the music change to?
I feel like a nat 20. Wouldn't a nat 20 be like at least like 1 hit point?
Absolutely.
I feel like. I feel like a medicine check of that strength should garner a hit point. So Lucar, you got 1 HP. you see other folks are down, either down or stable, but down.
And you remember how Lucar or how Skogar that one time just was rocking on the flying V guitar.
I feel like
how valuable he is.
Yeah. How long with the music? So the wild magic music, would that have stopped when you went down?
I don't know, but it only lasted 1 minute. And if we were out of combat, and I'm guessing it's gone.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, Lucar, would you want to do anything?
Because I'm doing medicine checks, I've done 3 in a row, and I think maybe either we're not doing death saves or we are. Just throwing that out there. Not that I'm trying to kill Skogar.
Yeah,
like
no,
So yeah, then why don't we get?
Since I failed 1 medicine check.
So the Zuri stabilized. Lucar has 1 hit point. Lissa and Skogar are still down. Lissa, Skogar, death save, please.
All right.
Did it.
All right.
Okay.
Do I have to tell you? I rolled it.
You can just keep track of it. It's fine. Let's all be surprised. Okay. And we're gonna jump back to Kashan, unless Lucar, you want to take an action first.
I'm assuming I'm near Skogar, so I can try to do a medicine check on him.
Sure, go for it.
Oh, that's a fail. 5.
But isn't it? You got a 5?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. So Kashan, back to you as the guy, as Grumlock, and you're heading out, right?
Hell yeah.
What's the direction you're going? What are you doing?
I'm just following the same way I went, man. I'm going to go down the steps, jump over the last step.
Okay.
And then I'm heading back towards where those, giant skulls are.
Well, let me ask you a question. What would you consider Kashan's freak out level to be right now?
I mean, I think
because nobody's around. You're not trying to impress anybody. What is Kashan's freak out level internally? Seeing all this,
it's probably pretty high, as if he realizes that this Ruxpin dude, who he thought was just like some weird person on the spectrum when he first met him, is now
right.
some weird person on the spectrum who's murderous.
Yeah.
And I'm not into, I have to assume that the captain received some weird enhancements. I'm assuming that Ruxpin probably couldn't kill me with that same gem, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I really don't want to find out.
Okay.
And I also kind of want to just get out of here because, between this and the gold guy, I feel like we're out of class. So it's I think it's time to head back to the dean with our tails between our legs, as it were.
So you're gonna
almost like Grumlock's face is half melting because he's not quite in control of himself yet.
Okay, so you're gonna jump over that first step so you don't step on it.
Right.
And it's gonna be a low DC. I want you to do a dex save with advantage.
With advantage, if I don't make this, then I deserve whatever bad shit happens to me.
Exactly.
All right. Oh shit! A 6 and a 7. What's my dex? How do I roll? I have not rolled very well at all tonight. You said a dexterity saving throw. Luckily, I mean that's a 13. I'm sorry, 12 altogether. God.
Okay. Yeah.
No, wait, no, 8. No, that's 15. I'm sorry.
You skipped a step. No problem. You're good.
But those dice are going away for a minute. I don't think they rolled them.
The DC was 10, so I'm glad you had a modifier. You would have been screwed. So you jump over the step and you head back up, right?
Yeah, and I kind of stop at that portal and I'm like, No, I should wait for the guys. And then I keep moving.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
So
like,
you.
but that's like a quick way out of here. That's actually, it's like I keep that in the back of my mind that like that
so
portal's
you
ready
run down
to go.
this way. You run down this way, and you turn the corner. As you turn the corner, you see an open door, and you see Lucar near death. You see Skogar is down, Azuri is down, and Lissa is down. And you can't tell from where you are what states they're in, if they're dead or down or stable or what.
What the hell?
What you see.
Has it been 10 minutes already?
Why did what happened?
Nice.
Cold steel wasn't the answer to the riddle.
So you said, and I say it in draconic. So you said that, right?
In draconic, right?
Shafwa. You said that, right?
Is that how you say it?
Did you
no,
not
we
go to
didn't.
Draconic?
However,
when you say that though, when you say that noise, the green gemstone things like go completely dark. just to add insult to injury.
What did you didn't say cold steel in draconic like specific? Oh my god!
I thought we had to put the cold steel into the dragons, but there's no
Are
dragons.
you alive?
Sort of.
I look at my text message. I'm like,
I would, since Liz is still dying, I would like to see if I can open her mage ball and get Big Wing to cast a healing spell on her behalf.
So
no, come here. I'm gonna, I'm out of lay in hands. Never mind.
Skogar
You
and
need to get to the
Skogar
part
and
where you have
Lissa.
to poop in the bags yet, Kashan.
I don't want to. I don't understand what you're saying, and I don't care. We need to get out of here. So we need to go like very soon.
Skogar and Lissa, you need to roll death saves.
Yeah, I picked up on it. Did you see the dice drop?
Nice.
Oh,
All right.
natural 20. That means I'm
You have one,
This is
you have
one hit point.
HP. Yeah.
This is
So
fine.
worked.
So Lissa,
What are you
Lissa,
doing
it
with my
worked.
bird?
Lissa, you go like and like gasp for air as you sit up, like just shook.
Yep.
And then she yells, "Don't touch my balls!" and grabs.
Yes, exactly.
You hear a faint murmur out of Skogar as he goes, Sophia, I'm coming back. He's reaching out.
Oh no.
And what's happening? What are you guys doing?
Yeah, so I'm gonna cast some healing spells.
Okay.
So I go to Skogar and I do a cure wounds. So that would be 8 hit points to Skogar.
So close.
Wherever Sophia is, you're not allowed to go back to her yet.
Guys, we got to get out of here. And there is a portal over there that takes us back to the Barcino. And I think we go through that portal. I think we never come back here. We tell the dean that this place sucks and that he should get somebody else to do it because this place stinks.
I don't.
Sounds
disagree.
good to me.
I don't know what you guys are doing
Yeah,
over
this
here,
is rough.
but I saw some bad
Azuri's
stuff
still
over there.
on the ground though.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
give it. Let me give Azuri some too. 12. I rolled 12 on you.
All right, now that we're all up, maybe we can escape. Did you see any signs of artifacts down here? So at least we could say, send in the big shock troops because.
Yeah, I mean, it
there's
sounds
artifacts here.
like I feel like maybe in the gold room, maybe is where he was kind of implying. He mentioned somewhere, then he kind of killed a guy with a gem, and it got really serious real quick. So
Yeah, and the only thing I've learned down here is apparently this gem in my chest causes laser beams to explode my face. So
Oh yeah, those gems are off. Now
this
the
thing
time
is
is to put
scaring the hell out of me.
theory into practice and pry the gems out like any good rogue.
yeah, I'm a paladin now, so I'm going to skip that. You go ahead and do that, Velma. I'm going to.
I am going to try that on a single gem and see if it pops out. I'd still have those kitchen knives from way back in season 1. What would you like me to roll for that?
Wait, say that again. What are you doing? Prying the gems out?
Since the gems are now dark, I'm going to try to pry one out of that statue.
Just strength check.
Oh, well, good, because that's going to be awful.
Perfect.
That was only an 8, so I guess
I'd
have to do a lot more chiseling against.
You probably have to work on it a little bit. Lissa, your smart stone vibrates.
I look at it.
It's Uncle Z, and it says, "Hey,
yo,
where are you at?"
Where is that? What was that castle called? Well, I give him the name of that castle.
Silver Cliff. Yeah.
Silver Cliff. Maybe time loop? Question mark.
Reply back. No shit.
I know, right?
But
these lamos want to leave.
says, it is like it's literally like coming out like that. Like like he's trying to figure out how to ask, like how to say whatever he's trying to say to you. And finally he's like says messages and says did you find any weird mage breed shit?
Yeah. Messed up stuff.
Like cool messed up or
no, the bad
gross
kind.
or gross messed up.
The gross messed up.
Oh, that's almost even better. You gotta get me connected with that guy.
Okay. Yeah, can do.
And then the next question says, "Can you go talk to him for me?"
Oh my gosh. All right, so at this point, I'm like, "Hey guys, my uncle is kind of like interested in maybe a business connection with this guy down here. Would it be a terrible idea to set that up? What do you all think? Yes?
I mean, I just met the guy, and yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd say that's like, I don't know, is your uncle...
I mean, my uncle's pretty cool.
Is he a sociopath?
I mean, I don't know if I would go that far. Maybe sociopathic tendencies, but not completely.
Yeah. I mean,
pretty cool.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I probably would have gone into business with this guy a couple years ago.
But yeah, we could just do like a quick chat, and then
I mean, I don't want to go talk to that guy right now. I think it's best that we get the hell out of here.
Yeah, maybe not right now.
And if your uncle wants to talk to him, then well, I think there's going to be a lot of turnover recently. I know that they lost a captain now, and they're going to be down a sergeant once they find out the truth about Grumlock.
We've got the address, right? And you have the name, so I mean, we could. That's enough.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, let's get out of here.
Well, if you do need to negotiate in the future, you could do it on neutral ground, like say a casino.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Tell him he hangs out at the Barcino.
That's right. Okay, I text Uncle Z back and I say he hangs out at the Barcino. Great place to meet up with him. And I give him his name, Tutty Ruxpin.
Says, well, hold up a sec. According to the tracker, aren't you like in his like place, like his spot?
I put like a not feeling so hot right now. Not in a negotiating state. Later?
And then you just get back fine.
Uncle Z can deal.
And that's it.
He doesn't understand.
You just get fine. And so then Oh, and so then Kashan, just to like really lay it on thick, Kashan, your smart stone goes off.
The-
And you look at it, and it's a message from the dean. And it just says, any updates? Things are getting heated.
Oh, they're getting heated. Oh, and I start talking to the smarts. Oh, they're getting heated over there, huh? Oh, I'll show you the heat. Yeah, okay. Not now. We got to get out of here.
So you don't answer it?
Listen, my shift's almost up. Come on. Can we move? I do not answer right away now.
Okay. So yeah, so Kashan's trying to lead you guys out. You guys leaving?
Just before we leave, I'd like to know if the Minotaur has been burnt to a crisp.
That's a good question. I always so often forget about NPCs when it's not like a battle. So I would say that let's just say that the Minotaur he took a hefty burn, but he's still standing, but it smells like burnt hair. He's like,
that's the worst.
Shit, that hurt. That really hurt. And he looks at you, Kashan, and says, you want to go? Don't you want to dispose of this villain?
I mean, no. We're going to be brutally honest here. I mean, this guy probably the world would be better without him. I'm going to say that yes. I'm going to say that the world would not be better without me. And I feel like if I go in there, the world will not be better. Okay.
He says, what if I could tell you that there's a way that down here you could all be healed and put into a state of good repair before interacting face to face with him directly. What would you say to that?
Now, I would be interested in that.
Would I grow a set of horns? Is that what we're talking here?
I don't believe so.
Or lobster claws?
Nope. No.
I mean, we could also try going back up to the place where we came in. If we all die there, I think we came back pretty good every other time.
I don't want to die again, Zuri. It was not fun the first time.
But we were okay afterward. I didn't like it, but then
that could undo everything. Our friend here could disappear. The guards could come back.
And look, it's not like it's better. We're still here in this shit, okay?
Stonegard's just got a huge. He doesn't say anything. He's just got this huge grin on his face. We all know what he's thinking.
Is there a chance I could learn draconic in doing this? Because I think that might have been our downfall.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
We could write it out phonetically on our forearms.
Yes, there we go.
I could record it onto your smart stone, and you just play the smart stone.
You're writing like Usroda on your arm. So yeah, the like Thorn's just kind of standing there, like hands on his hips, like looking at you guys, like, well,
yeah, okay.
My vote's for the healing.
And then we can like all sneak away after we're fully healed.
Or we could go like talk to this guy.
And he's like, all right, well, then this is the way we must go. And he walks you past the skull walls, right? And you see him go forward, and then he goes to turn to the left, and he says, and instead of going the way you went, Kashan, he's like, okay, oh, let's go this way. This was one of the times when they brought me down here for my testing. It was they took me this way, and I saw this thing. It was rather disturbing, but I've seen it on 2 different occasions and to do 2 different things. So I think there's a really good chance if you follow my observational coaching that you can benefit with full healing and the things that to make you feel better.
I'm going to pause you right there. You said it did two things. One of them, I'm assuming, is a full healing. What was the other thing it did?
I didn't get to see it all. I just saw a lot of red and then heard a lot of screaming.
So when you say a good chance, you really mean like a 50-50 chance?
I mean, I know what it is you need to do. And I can tell you what to do to keep the bad thing from happening.
I slap him on the back. Let's do this. What about the crab lady? Is she coming? She dead?
Crab lady. He's oh, don't worry. That freak. She left on her own. Let's go. And so he starts to walk you down this hallway, this pathway, and if you could, so you get to about middle of the hallway, and by this like brazier, torch that's on the coming, from the ground up in the corner. It's nicely lit. Seems a little bit like less dank in this area. As you turn the corner, I would love it for each of you to roll a dex save, please.
Okay, I got a 19.
Okay, just tell me anybody that gets under 15. If you get under 15, let me know.
That's a crit fail for Azuri.
Oh, son of a bitch. Oh boy.
I got a 15 this time.
I'm going to ask Kashan, is that the fiery shit you were talking about?
What? No.
What?
Velma, what'd you roll?
15.
Okay. What about you, Lissa?
A 10.
Okay. I don't know what Lucar rolled, or if it's that he had to leave because he was gonna.
He did say to leave. I'll say he rolled.
I would assume that he would have signed out.
Well, maybe not.
Seems like quite the exit. Okay. So, I mean, do we roll for Skogar? Or not for Skogar, for Lucar? Well, there he is. Hey, Lucar. I know you probably got to go soon. So,
Yeah.
Can you roll a dex save, please?
Cliffhanger.
Oh shit.
And it is you have to be a 15 or above.
Nope.
Okay. All right. So the next thing I need, Azuri, I need you to roll a d10 and tell me what you get. Straight d10.
10. I don't know whether that's going to be good or bad.
Okay. Noted. Thank you. Lissa, what about you?
The D10?
Yeah.
I got a 3.
Straight d10. Oh, okay. All right. That's fun. Lucar. Straight d10, please.
I also got a 10.
Okay. Cool. All right. So yeah, for now, everything's cool. You're fine. Nothing to see here. So you keep walking down the pathway, and you come across this wonderful thing right here. The steps lead up to an altar sort of stand. It's square shaped. Of course, there's skulls along the base. And that's
not a good sign.
There is a glyph that's etched in the floor of the stand, and that glyph is etched, but then also painted in dried blood. At 5 points of the glyph, there are skulls at 5 of the points. The last remaining point is empty. And says, and then Thorn looks at you, Kashan, and says, all you need to do is either touch or step on that one empty spot and just be dexterous about it.
I don't think that I think I'll be okay. I don't know about the dexterity of everybody else.
He says, all you have to do is be dexterous about it, and everyone will be fine.
Oh, well, there you go then.
Do you mean each of us as individuals would need to be dexterous and touch that spot, or just Kashan specifically?
Thorn sighs, just goes,
Language needs to be precise.
I mean,
For example, if I were to go up here and I walk up the steps, if I were to go up here and touch this, and just before I touch it, I wait for him to say no.
He doesn't say no.
It's evil.
I touch it with my pinky.
Okay. I'd like you to. I would like you to roll a dex save, please.
See, this is where they're awful. 19.
Okay. You touch it with your and he goes. Thorn goes. And then he's like, and as you touch it, all the red all turns to blue, and then this bin a barrel that's cut halfway, which actually looks like it's like the top part of a well, right? And it starts to fill up. It starts to fill up with this glowing blue liquid. And Thorn just looks at it and goes, well done. And he goes up there and he sticks his big hand into it and then pulls it up, and it's like this blue, viscous blue goo dripping down his hand, and he just starts rubbing it all over his body. And as he's doing it, you slowly see his burns fade away. And he's like, yes, this is the stuff. And he looks to be back to how he was when you found him. Actually, maybe even a little bit better than how you found him.
Okay, well, having seen it done, I will apply some lotion to my skin also. And I walk off a little ways from the group and discreetly take care of another little matter.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to know.
Yeah, really.
Keep that secret, Velma. That's fine.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
Between this, between that and Skogar, I don't need to know anymore.
So is everybody gonna rub the lotion in?
Yeah.
Put the lotions on the skin.
Yes.
Looks good.
Right. So yeah, all of you, with continued application, all of you are able to regain all of your hit points. And in addition, you also regain if for those that had used spell slots, you also get your spell slots back. So it's basically taking a long rest, essentially.
All right.
So Kashan, your lay on hands come back and stuff.
I feel pretty good. Yeah.
And Thorn says, see, I told you. So why don't we dispatch with this villain then, shall we?
I mean, yeah. Let's do this.
We could use a guy like you on the Blazeball team.
I know not of this Blazeball. This sounds interesting, but we can talk about that later. And then he actually stomps away and kind of leads the way. He's like, come, let's go.
Watch out for the first step, though.
And he looks at you. Yeah, see, wait, where'd I have it? Hold on. Yeah, he looks at you, and then he says, huh? And then
don't step on the first step.
And he steps on the first step. And then you hear a disembodied voice that says, I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with wind. What am I?
A wind chime. I don't know.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
Okay.
Including the I don't know.
As you say it out loud, this the two torches that are on either side of the step shoot these very highly volumetric streams of fire onto Thorn, and he just starts screaming and just starts getting burned to a crisp. And he's like, this burns so much. I was just healed. Oh my God. Ah, it's awful. As he slowly burns, like he just can't move because the fire is so strong. And
Do you
then
think that blue stuff is still there, or
and then it burns, and then he burns up, and then collapses to the ground.
guys probably should have shit on the fire first?
And he is deceased.
Oh no.
Should have slapped the
Lost
fire
that
shit, am I right?
So we gone through that portal, or are we gone back
We've come
upstairs?
this far.
As I was saying, don't go on that first step.
Got it.
Don't step on the first step.
That makes a lot more sense.
And the torches they turn off, and the door is open. And you guys are pretty much standing like over here off to the side. Thorn's crispy body is like strewn across, partially on the first step, partially on the floor. That's what you see.
So don't step on the first step. Got it.
Right.
Are you heading in?
Absolutely.
All right. So as you walk in, see the same exact thing. Large skulls adorn the entryway as you walk in. Floors are a golden polished stone with demonic-looking glyphs that repeat in a pattern. See a Lucar. And let's see, repeat in a pattern that on the center row of floor tiles. And as you walk in, some skulls on the wall start to speak to you. And one says, "Hey there, folks. How can we help you? Seems that you might be looking for some special mage breeding if you came all the way down here. What are you looking for?"
I look at Lissa.
We have a business proposition. We have connections who might be interested in collaboration.
Well, we offer lab franchising opportunities. Interested in opening up another Tuddy's lab?
Yeah, possibly.
You can let our corporate office know.
Is that where we're at?
Well, then he goes, "Well, glad you asked. We can do some wild combinations that people have never ever seen before. We offer these services at bargain basement prices."
I'm not sure that these are intelligent.
Have you ever seen a dwarf with young dragon wings? How about a tiefling with 6 eyes?
I say we keep going.
And then you walk away and say, "Well, glad you asked. We could do some wild combinations. Maybe never." It just keeps going through like the different, "Hey there, folks." And it just keep like, it's just repeating all the different lines.
Nice.
So you, wrong map. So you end up, I closed it. Son of a biscuit. I don't know the speed of my own clicks here. Okay. So you're in this main entryway, and really the only one that knows where they're going is Kashan. So what's the play here? And you're muted.
We're going to see this guy, right? So let's. I start taking him.
You said he killed somebody with his ring.
He had like a gem or something, and then he kind of like twisted, and then black goo started pouring out of him. It was pretty nasty.
What do these other signs point to?
Well, that one says HR, human. I forget what was up. What is like north?
So the one says HR and Tuddy's office, and then the other one says lab and supplies.
We really want to be killed by a ring?
I mean, we could just go look at the lab.
Maybe something supplies that might help us out.
Yeah, let's go up to the lab.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys hang a
Tuddy's
right.
going to be there.
You guys hang a right, and as soon as you say the phrase "Tuddy's going to be there," you you walk down this way, you see, shocker, yet even more skulls along on the walls. And let's see. Oh, you guys actually got me all the way to the end where I ran out of stuff that I wrote. So cool. So you guys walk down this hallway, and as you get here, you see that there's an opening to the left and an opening to the right. And there's a sign that's on the wall next to the openings because there's no door there. One says lab and one says supplies on the other side. And then, which way are you going to go? To the lab? Or to the supplies?
I
I'd like
defer
to-
to our mage breezer.
I'd like to go to the lab.
Okay. So Alyssa, then you're kind of leading the way. You hang left and you walk in. Dang it. You walk into the lab and you see this room with like some bins with like just a bunch of like viscera and random organs and parts and things in these containers over here. You see two tables. One's rather bloodstained. One has like some like skeletal remains left on the table, and you see some funky contraption along the back wall. And as you walk in, you're kind of like, whoa, and then a tall humanoid figure in a lab coat turns around, looks at you, and says, with like blood stains all over the front of his coat, it's like, "Why, hello. It's great to meet you. I'm Tutty Rexpin. Are you here to be my friend?
Yes, absolutely.
How may I help all of you?
Were those people your friends?
Everyone that comes here is my friend.
Oh,
You look familiar to me, big green man. Did we play a game together?"
Yeah. Let bygones be bygones. You won that fair and square.
He looks at you. Now, Kashan, are you or are you still the guard?
I think at this point I would have turned back to Kashan.
Okay. So you're Kashan, and
I'm
he's
sorry, I cut out there. I cut out there for a minute, so I don't know what exactly where we're at.
So basically, you're in the lab, and Lissa has met Tutty. Tutty was working at a table, bloodstains on the front of his coat as he turns around to address all of you. And he recognized Skogar, and then he sees you, Kashan. Says, "Oh, I recognize you too. I'm so surprised to see you. I'm surprised to see both of you here. This is fantastic. Please, why don't we go? Let's go sit and have a conversation. We have a rather lovely break room." And he walks past all of you, and there's just when he walks past you, it just smells of like just death and gross. As he walks past, Lissa, you get a message on your smart stone.
What's the message on my smartphone?
No, Lissa gets it. Lissa gets a message
look at
on the
Yeah.
smart stone, and the message is from Uncle Z, and it says, "Come on, hook your uncle up. I need you to talk to this guy."
She texts back, "Okay, working on it."
All right. And then it starts like send you broken sentences, or it's like, then I'll tell you what I want. If he says no, can you just take care of him?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely no problem with that.
And then it says we don't need any our family doesn't need any competition. And that's where we'll end this evening.
Ooh.
So you've been given messages that basically Uncle Z is like, "Listen, strike a deal with this guy based on what I tell you. If he says no, kill him. That's. I mean, there's some straight mafia shit that your uncle's telling you to do,
Right?
that nobody else realizes. So Lissa, the one thing I will tell you about the missed deck save from earlier,
Yeah.
is that you are. I just want you to help me keep track of this. You're now vulnerable to psychic damage.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Interesting.
Just Lissa or Lissa and Azuri?
just Lissa.
Okay.
I haven't gotten to you yet. Yours will come later.
Got it.
Not next week later, but the week after that. So,
Later.
Yeah, later. So that's where we're gonna leave off. It'll be some fun RP with Tuddy next session, and then Chris is gonna run something for the rest of y'all that'll be here. Hope y'all had a good evening and fun. You guys avoided. Kudos. I mean, you got popped by some stuff, but you avoided some pretty wacky, some really bad stuff too. So
Yeah.
well done.
Nice.
I totally avoided the bad stuff by just dying.
Right. I mean, that was actually probably a pretty good move to just get killed like right at the front gate and have Kashan come get you. Like seriously. Like yeah.
Our guy hasn't checked that fifth charity yet.
Yeah, that's true. So all right, guys. Well, have a good
All
night.
right.
Thanks for playing. Hope you liked it, and I'll see you week after next.
Yeah, we'll see you next
Sounds
time.
good.
Yep.
See ya.
All right.
Good.
Take
Yep.
care. See you guys.
Thanks, Bo.
Night.
Well, that was a wild one. We almost had another TPK. When will these guys ever learn? They bit off more than they could chew being in Tuddy's lair? Does Uncle Z really want this guy eliminated? Will Lissa get Tuddy to partner up with her uncle? Or will she have to convince the group to attack Tuddy? Be sure to keep listening. We will tell you after the brief hiatus. We'll be playing Basin for the next couple of weeks, a great game from Free League Publishing. So be sure to come back. Thanks for listening to the Wednesday Night Crew, and as always, see you next week. Hey there, listeners. Would you like to support the Wednesday Night Crew as we go on adventures in Eberron, as well as play through other game systems as we have in the past, like Ice Fleet and Alien the role-playing game? If you're interested in supporting us, just go to patreon.com/Eberron Adventures, and then maybe you could be as cool as Jonathan and Andrew, our first two supporters. Once again, that's patreon.com/Eberron Adventures. Donate and get your name in the credits. I mean, that's kind of cool. Anyways, thanks for your support, and as always, we'll see you next week.